Hello students, how are you all? I am Mr. Prithviraj. As you all know, I am your biology teacher. In our last class, we have gone through sexual mode of reproduction, why it is important to go through sexual mode of reproduction, and we have learned why it is important, a part called as reproduction. Reproduction is very important for an organism because of reproduction, a population grows, a population stops from extinct. Right? Reproduction is the process which stops extinction of a particular organism's population. So, in order to understand this reproduction, we need to understand what exactly is reproduction, like what is the definition of it, what are the types of it, what are the modes of it, and we all discussed all of these parameters in our previous classes. Now, in this particular class, we will learn specifically about female reproductive system, because in our last class we have concluded with male reproductive system. Now in this class I will pick up from that particular point, that is called as female reproductive system. Okay. Female reproductive, as male reproductive system was having three important parts, the same way female reproductive system is also having three most important parts, where this entire reproduction is taking place. Okay. Now we must, before I tell about this female reproductive system, I must remind you what exactly is male reproductive system. In male reproductive system, what we have done, we have gone through a pair of testes who provide sperms, a pair of seminal ducts who carry these sperms, and one penis which will take these sperms from the body of the male to the body of the female. Right? And I said you about seminal vesicles. Those are glands who provides nutrition to the part of the sperms, right? And I need to tell you one thing I forgot to tell. The male reproductive system and penis is called as urogenital duct. It is called as urogenital duct, because sperm and urine both are carried by the same duct. That is why it is called as urogenital duct. That is the thing I need to tell you. Now in this class, I will explain you what is female reproductive system, how to draw it, okay, and how it works, the working principle of female reproductive system. The way I am drawing, students, it is very important, because I hope you can learn from it how to draw this diagram. Okay, if you won't learn, I think it will be a big problem for you. I am telling you the easiest method to draw it. Maybe the diagram is not perfect, but it should look like what we are doing, right? Okay, is that clear? Yes. Now what you need to do? You need to cover it. We have attached a class how to draw diagrams. Okay, my diagram is not that clear, but in order to explain, I need to draw it. Okay, this should work. Okay, here as you can see, there are four important parts here. These two parts are called as oviducts. These two pipes are called as oviducts. Okay, and here these two parts are called as ovaries. A pair of ovaries are there. This is known as ovary, and this is also known as ovary. And this particular part is called uterus. This is called uterus, and this is called urethra. This is called urethra. So these are the four important parts which you need to understand from this particular topic. Here, my students, let me explain you what exactly is the work. The way testes were providing sperms, here the ovaries will produce eggs. Ovaries will produce eggs. Now, after production of egg will go like this. So this is what fallopian tube, or you can call it oviduct. Oviduct is the one who will carry these eggs from the ovary to the uterus. From the ovary to the uterus. This is your first point. Now second, what exactly is uterus? Uterus is a part where the process called child growth. Means here it is the part where the birth, means the child will grow, okay, from small cell to huge organism. Okay, so uterus is the main reproductive part, and urethra is the outer opening which receives sperms, and sperms needs to go through like this. Okay, they need to go through like this, and here everything will be happening. So these are the four important parts which I need to tell you. So I hope you can see the diagram. And you need to level it, and you need to draw it a little bit nice. Okay, we don't have time, I cannot draw it on blackboard. About sperm, you need to now it is done. You have understood everything. Okay, now look exactly what exactly sperm is made up of. Sperms are having three important parts. First is having head, second is having body, and third is having tail. There are three important parts of sperm. Head will contain all the genetic information, so it contains nucleus. Body contains mitochondria which will provide nutrition to the sperm, and tail helps to float, helps to move, helps to locomote. So this is what the structure of sperm. And the structure of egg. Egg cell is the biggest cell in the human body. I am not asking of both human and male and female, but usually the biggest cell in the human body is egg cell. And the sperm cell is very small. Okay, the difference like sun and earth, that much big difference is there. Like egg cell is far more bigger than that of sperm. Okay, so egg cell is very big. It is the biggest cell in the human body, and the longest cell in the human body is nerve cell. Okay. Now, after discussing both your male reproductive system and female reproductive system, now we need to understand what is called fertilization. Fertilization is a process in which a male gamete fuses with female gamete and produces a zygote in order to reproduce the young one. Fertilization is a process in which a male gamete combines with female gamete and produces a zygote. Okay, so this thing you need to understand. Fertilization is of two types. Fertilization is of two types. First is internal fertilization. Second one is external fertilization. Fertilization is of two types. First one is internal. Second one is external. Internal fertilization happens when the fertilization takes place inside the body of the female. External fertilization is said to be when the fertilization takes place outside the body of the female. For example, in human, the fertilization takes place inside the body of the female, whereas in case of fish and frog, the fertilization takes place outside the body of the female. Okay. So, how this fertilization takes place in case of other animals, that is external fertilization, you will see in our activity. There is a clear cut activity which is given. You need to, you can see that class. But in female, how it will happen? The sperm will come. Okay. The sperm cell will come. They will meet in fallopian tube. This is called fallopian tube or oviduct. In oviduct, the sperm will combine with egg. The sperm will combine with egg. After the combination here, the fertilization will take place. If question comes, at which part of the female reproductive system fertilization takes place, you need to answer the fertilization takes place in the female body part is known as oviduct, or you can say fallopian tube. Oviduct and fallopian tube are the same name. And after fertilization, this particular cell will form zygote. It will be turning into zygote, and this zygote will come from this position to this position, and this is called implantation. This is called implantation. Fertilization, internal, external fertilization, implantation, everything you have learned, right? Now there is one flow chart is there. Male, female. Male will provide testis. Female provides. Female is having ovary. Okay, and it is producing sperm. It is producing egg cell, or you can say ovum. They both combine to give zygote. This zygote will turn into embryo. This embryo will develop into fetus. Fetus. Okay, this is the stage which you need to understand. Okay, in our next class, students, I will tell you what is how embryo is developed. Okay, and we will discuss about our last topic called doligacy, means cloning. We will discuss about cloning. So these are the two parts we will discuss in our last class, and we will conclude our chapter.